is Ozarks Fox News at 9.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Abreu. John has the night off. Let's begin with our top story tonight. We are 1 week away from Memorial Day, but this year the Veterans Holiday will look different. Our Francis Lynn spoke to 2 local cemeteries about their plans to follow social distancing guidelines and still honor veterans here in the Ozarks and everywhere. Francis.
Yes, I visited the Veterans Cemetery and the Green Lawn Funeral Homes in town. Green Lawn Funeral Homes will be continuing its services this Memorial Day with safety measures. Usually people show up on the weekends and workers show them to the graves they're visiting. There are also 2 veterans who work there and will be handing out flags. They'll make sure people stay 6 feet apart and no crowds exceeding 25 people. But over at the Veterans Cemetery, the traditional ceremony is canceled. They're expecting too many people to attend. But the public can still go to the cemetery to lay flowers or plant flags. I spoke to 2 veterans who explained why this holiday is so important and why they think postponing it this year is the right thing to do.
We would be remiss if we tried to put on a big show out here. We protected everybody, so we're not going to change that thought process.
The federal government is marked for Memorial Day, but it doesn't mean it's the only day that we can come out here and celebrate.
The VA is also offering a new way to pay tribute to veterans. If your loved one was buried in a national cemetery, you can now leave a comment online. We have a link to that page on OzarksFirst.com.
All right, Francis, thank you. New at 9 tonight, Republic Superintendent Dr. Chance Winstrom is retiring after 8 years on the job. Unable to hold a traditional going-away party, staff at the school decided to get more creative with a surprise thank you parade. Photojournalist Mike Pitts was at the event and shares some of the sights and sounds.
I was shocked, humbled, and thankful all at the same time.
Chance has done such a great job leading our district for his time here at 8 years. To see our district grow and the work that he's done and the care that he puts in for people and our community is just outstanding. So it means a lot to be able to celebrate him in an appropriate way.
It's been tough because with the new normal, we left the second week of March thinking, hey, we'll see you in a week, and haven't seen anyone since then. To see individuals come back around and have the opportunity to wave and say hello and have some closure, pretty fantastic.
With him leaving and then all the uncertainty that's happening right now, yes, there are big shoes to fill, and we've got a good team, but certainly we'll miss Chance.
Republic's an amazing community. It's an amazing school district. I've been blessed to partner with some amazing teammates. I thank them for everything that they've done, and I just want to thank everyone for making this day special. It was completely unexpected. Apparently, I'm the only person in Republic that didn't know this was happening today. So thank you to all of them.
Making local news, one major concern that comes along with fighting the spread of a virus is keeping those surfaces you touch often disinfected. And that's especially true for businesses and attractions preparing to welcome back guests. At the History Museum on the Square in Springfield, Krista Adams, the Director of Development, says the museum sent out a survey last week and 80% of respondents said they would like hand sanitizer readily available. But Adams says the museum has gone a step further to ensure their hands-on exhibits are being cleaned from one group to the next.
We have some pioneer toys, some high-touch things that we feel like it's best just to not have those out right now. And then our high-tech interactives, we just plan on sanitizing those in between each guest.
The History Museum announced today it will be reopening on May 28th at 25% capacity per county guidelines. We have a developing story for you now. The first execution scheduled in the United States since March 5th is set to happen tomorrow in Missouri. This man, Walter Barton, is scheduled to be put to death for the 1991 killing of 81-year-old Gladys Cooler. On Friday, a federal judge granted Barton a 30-day stay of his execution. This was due to questions about the evidence that convicted him. But yesterday, a U.S. appeals court vacated the stay, clearing the way for Barton to be put to death tomorrow. Barton is set to die by lethal injection. We have much more about this case, including what we reported about Gladys Cooler's death in 1991, the case against Walter Barton, and his legal battles up until now. You can find all of that on our website, ozarksfirst.com. Checking in on political news tonight, Governor Mike Parson believes more testing needs to be done in Missouri for the state to successfully move forward. Our Jeff Bernthal is in Jefferson City, where the governor also released more information about the use of a promising antiviral drug that's being used in Missouri right now.
The governor and his administration hope anyone who feels the need to be tested will do so. Monday's briefing marked the 2-week anniversary of the lifting of the statewide stay-at-home order. The state's health director said he's encouraged by the data he's seen so far. The governor and his administration also released some images showing the state's emergency management agency and the National Guard delivering the antiviral drug remdesivir. He says the drug has shown promise in helping patients. But Parson and the health director focused much of Monday's briefing, saying more testing is needed in high-risk settings, such as long-term care facilities, in order to isolate those who test positive to stop the virus from spreading.
One thing that we are going to continue to do, and I am going to push my directors, everybody in the state of Missouri, as much as I can. We're going to have to get better every day at testing, and we're going to have to do more and more testing.
If you have been around somebody or you take care of people or whatever, if you're just concerned, we hope your clinicians will test you. We encourage that. We thank you for doing that.
The health director said rapid testing needs to be performed in any care facility where one patient or one staff member tests positive. Reporting from our Capitol Bureau in Jefferson City, I'm Jeff Bernthal.
A bill headed to the governor's desk aims to keep criminals out of the medical marijuana industry. According to Missouri Net, the legislation gives the Department of Health and Human Services the authority to access the FBI's fingerprint database. The Bureau previously said it would not share that information because the department is not a law enforcement agency. This will allow the state to check any employees who are working with medical marijuana licensing. The bill also bans medical marijuana edibles that are designed to appeal to anyone younger than 18, and those include candies, gummies, and cotton candy. Looking around the region now, one man is dead and another is still missing after being swept off a low water crossing in Carroll County in Arkansas late last night. Sure So of Green Forest, Arkansas, tried to ride the current down the creek and was swept into it. His brother, Wei So, jumped in an attempt to rescue him, but he was swept under as well. Jose Camacho witnessed the incident and went into the water trying to assist the brothers, but was unsuccessful. Search crews found Sure So's body downstream, where the coroner pronounced him dead. Mennonite Search and Rescue is still looking for Wei So. Oak Grove Assistant Fire Chief Mike McKelby explains how difficult this search is for his crews.
It's difficult. There's so much debris out inside that water you see behind us that's built up over the last storms this whole rainy season. So it's made it very difficult for our crews that's been out here.
The Carroll County Sheriff's Office asks that no one travel the low water bridge on County Road 818 for the time being while the search continues. Well, moving on to weather now, let's check in with Jamie. Jamie, we see flooding is still a concern. Can we expect a break in the wet weather moving forward?
We're definitely looking at a break from wet weather. We are on the cool, drier side of a storm that will slowly make its way east across the eastern half of the United States. That's the good news. The bad news is it looks like that storm will be exiting in time for the weekend, allowing better rain chances to return just in time for the holiday weekend. More on that in your forecast next.
You're watching Ozarks Fox News at 9 with John Adams, Jennifer Abreu, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warren.